Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another round of Battleship boss fights. Over here in the right-hand corner, we have Antithesis bringing in his 5 mil boss ship. This thing is massive. Lots of chain guns, 2 channels for the chain guns to fire out of. It looks like a very sensitive rear with a lot of mine layers. Look at this monster. A lot of design went into this. It looks very nice, but it also seems very sensitive from the rear, probably to shave down on weight. Oh yeah, we had to allow illegal ships, so of course we're gonna get some asteroids that people are bringing in, but they don't really change the game that much, I suppose, so we will allow it. A lot of these boss ships, they're too big to fit inside the normal grid square that is normally allowed by this game as far as like build limit, so we have to allow illegal ships in order to show off these massive behemoths. Over here in the left hand corner we have Kine bringing in a tiny ship, as well as a pretty big missile ship. Smudgood bringing in a missile boat as well, and Jay Carinis bringing in a deck cannon craft. I think Antithesis, I don't know, it could go any way, to be completely honest. The spending limit is 5 mil for both teams to make it fair. Oh man. Oh, this tiny craft is done for, dude. I wouldn't even target this craft. Oh no, it does have a deck cannon. Okay, I might target that craft because it's tiny and very fast. And it could come up the rear here and just completely end the ship. Oh no, that's exactly what it's doing. Kind getting around the rear. Antithesis leaving behind a bunch of mines to try and protect him from that tiny ship. But it looks like Antithesis has changed his target. He's now going for Jay Carinis. And the chain guns are going to start drilling through. I would just go full steam ahead on all thrusters to make sure that I'm doing damage in the same spot over and over again. Oh, here we go. Jay Carinis managing to actually rotate a little bit in the center here. Oh, the mines taking out Kine's ship. Oh no, he's pushing Jay Carinis into the mines that he laid down before. Is that intentional? Oh my heavens, what a play. What a play, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I've ever seen such advanced piloting in this game. That was actually really cool to see. Wow, I'm kind of amazed. I'm kind of blown away that he just managed to do that. The mines that he laid down earlier, he pushed his prey into. Is he doing it again? Is he gonna he's gonna push Smudgood into the mines that he just laid down? Oh, he's gonna try to. Oh no, maybe he's not trying to do it. There's a strat for you in the future, ladies and gentlemen. Lay down a bunch of mines and then just push your opponent into them. That'd be crazy if that were the only way that you were able to deal damage. I don't know that it would actually work. The chain guns have been turned off. Probably wise. Well, no, probably not wise. He needs to spit Jay Carinis out of his mouth here. Yeah, he's not even worried about dealing damage with the chain guns. He is just trying to deal damage with the mines, it appears. I don't know if that is a wise decision. I think I would use the chain guns. Oh, can the chain guns be reloaded? Yes, they can. Okay. Just making sure that it wasn't like a one-time use sort of thing. He loses a claw. He loses both claws. I think he jettisoned them on purpose. Realizing that, you know, his backside is very sensitive. He needs to keep on the move. Needs to continue dealing damage. A lot of these mines, yeah, dealing damage to the sides here. Missiles coming around to the rear. Very valuable having all of these thrusters. There we go, Smudgood pretty much evaporated in a few seconds by all of that chain gun fire. That is a massive amount of chain gun fire. Turns off the chain guns to save ammo. Oh, look at that. Into the minefield. The mine's doing a lot of damage this game. Very effective. I'm amazed. You know, we used to not see a whole lot of mine play. I really love mine play. It's kind of my weakness. What the heck is going on here? I think Jay Karinas is self-destructing pieces of this asteroid. What an interesting mechanic. What an interesting mechanic. I guess asteroid play might be an interesting thing to do. It appears that Antithesis and Kine are going to be the last two standing. Kine is going to have his work cut out for him. I think he's afraid. Yeah, I can't really blame him. Antithesis looking like an absolute monster. This is a pretty good boss ship. If you guys have a boss ship in the 5 mil category, I would love to pit it against Antithesis here. Come on down to the Discord. We will set up a time and a place for you to face off against Antithesis. The spending limit will be 5 mil. We'll see who can come out on top. Actually, we might even run a tournament at 5 mil. 5 mil would be a crazy tournament. Kine leaving a bunch of mines behind to deal some damage here, and also, yeah, you know, getting a fair bit of armor damage with all of these missiles, but Antithesis is catching up. Kine trying to turn as fast as possible. Uh-oh, missiles getting around to the rear. If those missiles manage to get up and maybe take out some of that thrust, Kine might actually be able to get away from this behemoth, but I don't know, I think it's too late. As Antithesis turns the chain guns on, I think that spells doom for Kine. Kine not going to be able to get off the front of this ship without a miracle. Oof. They both hit the asteroid. Antithesis not able to stay in one place is gonna have to shave off all of the armor of Kine here, but I don't think that's going to be an issue with the massive amount of chain gun fire. The guns are fully up to operating temperature, and there we go. Antithesis takes the win with his 5 mil boss ship. Can he be defeated? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Battleship boss fight. Something crazy is happening. There is roids all over the place. Jay Karinas giving himself some standoff. Over here in the left-hand corner, we have Kine, somewhat good, Antithesis, and the Fish 28. They're all going up against Jay Karinas, bringing in his boss ship, standing 4 million tall. It has quite nice, what do you call it, artwork on it. Let's see if we can read it. It says Flamas Liberator. Very cool. So yeah, this is going to be the focus of this boss fights, I guess, episode. Yeah, Jay Karinas moving forward with basically just a massive deck cannon ship with kind of a cool paint job. I kind of like that he's got all of these very like edgy designs. Very nice. His claw up here at the front is actually very spiky, very scary looking. He's going up against much smaller ships. But yeah, these guys are going to have their work cut out for them. They have 1 mil split between all four, or no, they have 4 mil split between all 4 players, so they have 1 mil each. Ooh, but here we go. A lot of the smaller ships already being taken down. The boost thrusters have been turned on, and they're trying to get along the side here. It's like being attacked by a bunch of mosquitoes. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna try to stick to the side and drill his way in. I think Jay Karinas is gonna have his work cut out for him getting these flies off of him. Oh, maybe it's not going to be as hard as I thought. Replacement mosquitoes come in. I guess piranhas. Oof. But yeah, they're being taken out fairly effectively. There are rail cannon shots coming in from far away, these snipers. There's also a small ship that's been maneuvered over here. It's got a few cannons it's gonna try to use to get through. Yeah, Team 1 definitely has their work cut out for them. Oh, a lot of these cannon craft stuck on the claw up here at the front are going to be evaporated. You know what? I think he's going to run out of ammo. I think that's going to be the downfall of this ship. Team 1. A lot of armor to get through. A lot of armor to get through. Oh, damn. A lot of the smaller ships gone. Smudgood losing a good chunk of his ship. I'd say about a third of it. Just absolutely evaporated. Right there. Yep. A lot of these mosquitoes or these piranhas, yep, hanging out on the side here. Trying to get through, it seems, kind of desperately. Want to deselect this ship. Yep, there we go, because I want to see the artwork. And where the deck cannons are targeting. Antithesis actually bringing, like, the only scary amounts of damage to the table, it seems. You know? Oh, let's get rid of this. There we go. Antithesis actually very maneuverable, much more maneuverable than Jay Karinis is, and actually able to put out enough damage that he almost makes it through the armor here. Smudgood bringing in some other smaller disruptor ships. Not super ideal because there's a lot of armor to get through. There we go. There was a railgun shot. That looked pretty dangerous. These cannon craft have been attached to the side for quite some time. Are they going to manage to get through? Here comes another rail cannon shot. Nothing to write home about. What is Jay Karinis' plan here? He's trying to fight much more maneuverable ships. But I suppose that is the downfall of having a massive boss ship with a lot of armor, is that it is very heavy. The last boss ship that we saw was that 5mm ship. It had a lot less armor, but it was a lot more maneuverable, and that won the game. It was able to chase down even smaller ships. But yeah, here we go. Antithesis. I'm stabbing in the wound right here. Trying to deal some damage where it hurts, but running into Smudgood's ships. Smudgood almost would like to see him use these kind of useless ships as like armor blocking pieces. Yeah, there we go. A distraction, if you will. And that is exactly what they're going to be used as at the moment. The fish piloting a few of these around. This cannon ship, yeah, slowly drilling its way through, I think is eventually going to be able to deal some damage. Oh, maybe not. I don't think there's enough ammo in this ship. Especially considering that the deck cannons are now pointed straight at it. Oh, yep, and there we go. This ship... Oh, no, it's still operational. I lied. And it's... There we go. It has now fallen off. He's managed to get rid of that leech on the side of his ship. Antithesis trying very hard to thread a few of these shots into that hole. He does manage to actually deal some damage. Oh, did we disconnect that on purpose? I'm not sure if that armor piece was disconnected on purpose. I don't think it was. But now, yeah, revealing the inner portion of his ship. The more thrust that Antithesis manages to take out without taking any damage is going to make his ship even more maneuverable by comparison, and is going to allow him to deal more and more damage. Jay Karinis getting rid of some of these ships up here at the front claw. Antithesis in a world of trouble, it seems. Oh, no. No, he's okay. I thought he was going to get caught in the claw for a second. But here we go. Antithesis dealing some damage to the thrust of the ship. Oh my gosh. Massive explosion inside the walls, ladies and gentlemen. This is not good. Is Mud good? Worried about his ships. But yeah, there we go. This ship is becoming less and less maneuverable by the minute. Look at that. Fish getting into... getting stuck inside here. Look at that. Manages to get his cannon craft in to start dealing some damage. But here we go. The deck cannons. They see this parasite for what it is. The autoimmune system. Getting ready to take him out. And there we go. The Fish 28 is evaporated. Crazy. I guess it really is. Well, Kine still has a damage proposition. Oh, the claw fell off. I don't remember seeing the claw come off. I wonder if it was jettisoned on purpose or if it was separated. Here we go. Antithesis. Getting ready. Coming into position. It's going to try not to get stuck on anything, but yeah, here we go. Aiming the blasters. Ooh, down the center, taking out more and more of that maneuverability. Jay Karinas in a world of trouble. I think he needs to try and aim these deck cannons out to the rear here and shoot for where Antithesis is going to be and deal some damage, because as soon as Antithesis takes any amount of damage, I think Jay Karinas wins this match. Oh, he's gaining a lot of maneuverability there. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Antithesis styling on him. But he loses a ton of weight getting rid of that armor piece, which makes him more maneuverable. Not ideal for Antithesis. That is not what Antithesis wants to see. Kine getting stuck in that armor piece. Antithesis coming around the other side. It looks like he's going to try to drill through this armor piece as well and separate it, if at all possible. Well, he's not going to be able to separate it because it is attached in multiple spots. Oh, here we go. He's disconnected his main armor piece to make himself even more maneuverable, shedding a massive chunk of armor. I would say that is probably the move. That is probably the correct move to win this game. Here we go. Jay Karinas getting ready. He understands that he needs to become more maneuverable to survive. And look at that. He is much more maneuverable. He's able to spin his front side to face Antithesis, making this fight much more dire for Antithesis. Thank heavens I turned off the time limit. And the shrinking circle of death for this match. Ooh. Yeah, but there is a lot less armor around the rear here, which is not super ideal. But yeah, he's able to point his front, which has a much thicker armor piece, towards Antithesis at all times. I think unless he might get caught on like an armor piece at some point. Uh-oh. Is it gonna... I thought it was gonna thread the needle into that hole there, and then he was gonna be like awkwardly carrying around this front piece of armor like a blade or something. Here we go. Antithesis. Gonna try to thread the needle into the side here. Yeah, he's not able to do it. Look at that. Jay Karinas wisening up. Actually manages to at least turn off some shields up here at the front. Antithesis. Oh, hey, these railgun ships actually dealing some damage. Crazy. Is he on fire? He is on fire. There are fire extinguishers available. He will survive that. Wow, this is actually a very close match. I don't know who's gonna win. Like in the other one, it was very clear who was gonna win at this point in the match. But in this one, it is quite unclear. I think Jay Karinis probably, yeah, look at that. He still has his work cut out for him. He doesn't have enough armor to stop these railguns from dealing damage. I think he needs to focus on killing these railguns and ignoring Antithesis for at least for the time being. He spent most of this match just rotating. But yeah, look at that. He has lost a ton of his maneuverability just to those 2 railgun shots. And now he's becoming so much less maneuverable. Antithesis is going, I think, to be able to get around him and deal even more damage to those thrusters, making him less and less maneuverable and easier and easier for Antithesis to pick apart piece by piece. I'm kind of on the edge of my seat in anticipation. Here we go, another railgun shot, taking out more of that rear armor, making it easier to place a shot there in the future. Uh-oh. The deck cannons are aimed at Antithesis. Antithesis, in a world of danger, realizes he's in danger, pulls out from that attack. Incoming rail cannon shot, manages to deal some damage to that, reactor at the rear. Antithesis managing to attach himself to the rear. The deck cannons are not facing towards him. He has time to deal a bunch of damage to that armor at the back. Yeah, there we go. He's starting to pick apart at the armor. Antithesis backs off for some reason. It is unclear why. Maybe he got a sense of danger. His spidey senses were telling him, you need to run. Here we go. Rail cannon shot takes out more of that maneuverability. The back half of the ship is separated. Oh no. The back half of the ship is separated. Oh no. Is that going to make him more or less maneuverable? It is unclear. He begins to turn, but I think it's too late, ladies and gentlemen. Look, Antithesis is right next to the command center of the enemy. He's turning deck cannons around as fast as possible in a move of desperation. Begins spinning, and there we go. Look at that. Massive damage. There's a fire on board. We are in trouble. The command deck is on fire. And there we go. Team 1 taking this boss down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the community has brewed up a lot of boss ships while I've been away, and they want to show them off. Over here in the right-hand corner, we have the Fish 28 bringing in a $10 million boss ship. This bad boy is massive. It looks kind of like a cross. We're not able to separate these, but I mean, man, he's just like a windmill. I think he's gonna spin. He's got so many tractor beams. It's basically just a bunch of rail fans glued together along with all of these nukes. Look at that. Very exciting. Over here in the left-hand corner, the contestants to bring down this boss is going to be Kine with a... Oh yeah, that's a lot of nukes. That's probably a very good thing to bring to the table. Wow, my wrist is hurting. I need to get another way to hold this up. We have Antithesis with these missile ships. Kine also bringing these muskets that were actually key in the last battle. It's my good bringing kind of a jack of all trades type ship, as well as whatever this is. It's an ion craft, it appears. Jay Karinis bringing small deck cannon craft. This is a deck cannon rail shotgun type ship. That's actually kind of cool. I haven't seen anything like that yet yo-yo data, bringing... I don't even know what that is. Did he launch another ship from it? What is happening here? What happened? I don't know. Unclear, but I think the battle is about to begin, so let's come over here and see what we have for ourselves today. This massive yellow craft. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna do well or if it's going to suck. I guess we'll see. I think it's going to do well. It has fairly... I mean, these aren't super long railguns. I would have liked to see on a 10 mil ship maybe really, really long railguns. But here we go. Battle begins. Jake Arenas taking the first stabs of damage and collects a bunch of nukes to the face. A bunch of nukes coming in from the side from Kine here. Man, there's nukes everywhere. There's... Oh my heavens, look at that. Railguns flying, or rail cannons firing. More railguns firing from Jake Arenas here, not doing quite as much damage because they're not quite as long. Tiny little shotgun. He's gonna nestle himself in the corner here and start picking away. Kine, also stuck on here, is gonna start, launching nukes into the nukes. Trying to deal some damage, but here we go. The nukes are all starting to reload, and people are going to start taking all kinds of damage from all kinds of angles. This is crazy. This is wild. There's so much going on. There's nukes going off everywhere, targeted into our own ship, it appears. I think Fish needs to rotate. He's trying to only head in one direction. Yeah, I think he needs to take the spin tactic to a whole new level. You know what I mean? But here we go. He's losing rail cannons. The inside of his ship is looking very tender at the moment. Kine taking a lot of damage from nukes over on this side, but also managing to peel off quite a bit of that damage proposition from the Fish here, but making the ship lighter at the same time. So I guess we'll see if he can start rotating. These two rail fans both have all of their power still, so I think he could definitely deal some damage. There's a lot of missiles coming in from out here, antithesis, dealing a bunch of missile damage. And yeah, there we go. The missiles threading their way into the center, taking out another railfan. These two railfans still good. He could still do full thrust on both of them and start rotating. But I think he's very focused on the tractor beams at the moment, but I don't think the tractor beams are going to help much. Kine, losing most of his damage proposition. Only has a few missile launchers left, and I think they're slowly burning down. It's been taken out by these massive nuke walls, but now his carcass is in the way of a lot of the damage proposition for our Fish here. Here we go. Okay, he's doing damage to a ship that doesn't really matter. It's not ideal. Jake Arenas still looking dangerous here. He's coming in for another round. He's gonna try to deal some damage. Yeah, he's close enough that his, oh, he's getting thrown away. Just kidding, he's not close enough anymore. The tractor beams, better at pushing than they are at pulling, managed to throw Jake Arenas off. Ooh, railgun threaded down the center here. Here we go, more missiles flying in from all directions. The missile's gonna be the downfall of this massive ship for sure. This ship not being super maneuverable. Here we go, the nukes are away in massive numbers. Kine taking most of that damage for Jake Arenas. Yeah, all of that damage for Jay Karinis, actually. Very nice. Using your buddy as a shield, but there's another volley from this side, and Jay Karinis takes critical damage. He is still operational, but I don't know if that matters so much if you can't aim your ship where you need it to go. Uh-oh. Getting a little bit of lag here. A little bit of lag. It's coming from Yo-Yo. We may have to kick him. His computer maybe not being able to handle this boss fight very well. He is dealing damage. I don't want to kick him. Oh, there we go. Jay Karinis down for the count. He does still have a damage proposition, but he does not have a way to move around the battlefield. There's nukes flying everywhere. There we go. Yo-Yo's lag has cleared up. I think we're going to be okay. We're going to leave him in the game. And there we go. Jay Karinis evaporated. No longer a threat. Still missiles coming in from the side. Launching nukes in random directions. But here we go. Yo-Yo getting too close. Flying a little too close to the sun. Taking some damage. Manages to dodge all the nukes, though. Look at the center of this 10 mil behemoth. We've taken so much damage. Oh, I can hear the fans spinning up on my computer. It is starting to struggle. Well, okay, it's not starting to struggle, but it is getting hot, which is not normal for my computer. It takes a lot to get the fans to spin up on this thing. Oh. Uh-oh, Kine. Oh, no. Yep, taking critical damage. That musket is now down. No more surgical attacks. At least with that ship. Let's look around and see who's left. Is he even in the game? Who is this? No, he's not in the game. Okay, how do I get back over here? There we go. Let's see what's going on. Oh no. You know, these railfans still... There we go. Look at that. He's doing it. He's going into spin mode. Might be too little too late, though. It is hard to tell. Yeah, we're doing the rotating thing. That's very good, because that's going to keep Antithesis, I think. Well, no, look at that. Look at how fast Antithesis is. He's able to just translate to the side at breakneck pace. He moves to the side, and yeah, he's just... Man, look at that. He's able to stay so far away. I would love to see these tractor beams turned on to suck Antithesis in towards the center, if at all possible. To get him close enough for these railguns to deal some damage. Because, yeah, it's just going to be a slow death by missile. Which, you know, might be boring for YouTube, but I don't really care. This is my channel, and I love watching missile ships slowly tear you apart. You know, it may not be entertaining to other people, but I think it's very entertaining. At least for me. Look at that. Nukes off in all kinds of directions. Do any of them connect? Just barely not. Oof. Some more nukes. Whiffed off into the ether. Antithesis, is he the only damage proposition left? He is. Look at that. Everybody else has left the game to try and reduce the lag. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your communist spirit. Ooh, missiles getting through to the center. He no longer has the command points to run the ship. He needs to turn some structures off that require command points to operate. There we go. You see him turning these off? Oh man, he has to turn almost everything off. So you can see him over here turning off different structures in the ship that require command points. And now you no longer see the indicator that he's not in control of his ship. He is now in full control. Oh, just kidding. We're back down to no control. He turned everything back on. Not sure why. Here we go. Oh, we're launching nukes at the wrong area. But here we go. Some nukes have been launched by Antithesis. Team 1 taking the win, tearing this boss ship apart. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have another boss fight. We have Antithesis in the right-hand corner. Once again, he's got all of this stuff. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on here. What do you mean, eject your bunks? That's hilarious. I like how he's got everything labeled. Like, look at that. It's all labeled with text. Hilarious. I love it. What do you mean, eject your bunk? I love it. All right, he's going up against everybody over here in the left-hand corner. Too Much Aaron just joined. He's got some very nice looking cannon craft with some freaking nice designs. We have Butter. I think he also joined. Love his name. I wish I would have thought of that name. I would love to be called the Butterblade. Okay, Antithesis leaving behind little pods that can only move via a tractor beam. Yeah, look at that. Leaving behind those pods. I really don't think that this ship is gonna win. You know? I don't see the damage proposition working super well. There we go. He's dropping more and more pods. He leaves these nuke launchers over here to the side. But I really don't think he's dropping more pods. He's just like creating a minefield. And I think his plan is just to ram people and push them into his minefield. Look at that. Yeah, just creating a trail of nuclear buoys to try and deal some damage. Oh. Here we go. These first couple cannon craft getting into combat. Doesn't look like they're able to put out enough damage. I think they're going to be just destroyed. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on over here. He's dropped all of his mines behind himself. He's got the Facebook logo up here. Amazing. He turns, he launches these nukes, and they do connect, dealing a massive amount of damage. They're also going to chase this ship down and completely eviscerate it. All right, Kine, down for the count. I think that was a very purposeful surgical strike to make sure that he took out the rail cannon and was not easily destroyed by it. You know what? I was making fun of the nuclear buoys, but maybe he was right. Oh, are they set to hold fire? I think they're set to hold fire. Oh my heavens, what a mistake. They're all gonna die for free. Let's go see the main ship though. Smudgood. He's got ion beams, which is pretty good. Look at how fast that thing is though. It is quite quick. Oh, those nukes though. Taking out one of Smudgood's ships. Absolutely evaporating it. Over here. How much ammo do we have on these? We have ammo factories, so we have more than enough ammo. That is ideal. Okay. Bam, look at that. The nukes connect in a big way and destroy that ion kite. Yo-Yo in a little bit of trouble. Or maybe this is exactly where he wants to be. With his flat cannons. Will the flat cannons save him from nuclear apocalypse? Can I select a different ship so I can see this? Okay, yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. Yep, Yo-Yo in for a world of hurt. He's gonna have to dodge these missiles before they begin chasing him. Yeah, but I think it is too late. Okay, only one of them connects, and it connects with the shield. He manages to survive that round, but there is another round of nukes coming at him from the side, and another. coming at him from the front. He's having to do a lot of dodging. Ooh. Only one connects. He manages to survive all rounds of those nukes. Meanwhile, these smaller... I thought that was one ship for a second, like a triangle, but it is not. These smaller craft have all kind of just been forgotten about. Everybody is focused on the main ship. Look at that. There's so much going on. So much power on this ship too. It's crazy. He has rear shields as well, which you don't see very often. Very powerful. And he deposits a bunch of nukes right in Yo-Yo's face, absolutely eviscerating Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo no longer having a damage proposition. He cannot propose any damage to the battlefield. A lone nuke. Bam! Connecting with Butter. Butter in a world of trouble. Yep. There we go. One volley of nukes down the center absolutely cores that ship out. Good heavens. It's still running. It still is able to possibly do some damage, but it's looking pretty dire. I love the new animation on the fancy thrusters with the long trails of gases. Here we go. Look at that. Incoming nuke barrage. Oof. Taking off quite a bit of that armor up here at the front on Jay Karinis' ship. Antithesis coming in for another bombing run. This is kind of a good ship. I think he's going to take everything out. 5.5 mil ship. We've given 6 mil to Team 1 to give them a little bit of an edge on Antithesis, because it was what Antithesis requested. And, you know, requesting that you round up for the other team shows some confidence. Ooh, here we go. This is trouble. There's a fire on the ship. Is there any way to stop this fire? The ship's moving too fast for me to see. I don't know. I guess we'll find out if stuff starts burning down. Oh, that was a huge hit. Antithesis losing half of his damage proposition. A chain reaction going down the ship. Oh my heavens. What a glass cannon. He hits it in just the right spot and it absolutely shatters. What a game. Holy cow. I thought that Antithesis had this in the bag, but I was dead wrong. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Antithesis pulling so many rabbits out of hats this past few games. He's bringing a 4 mil boss ship. Well, I may have messed up giving the other team 1 mil more to spend. This team has 1 mil more. They have 5 mil split amongst 5 players, giving 1 mil to each person. Which, you know, they're bringing in a mess of different ships. Mostly, it seems, cannon craft. This one's an ion. I believe that's in the base game. Yo-Yo. This one doesn't actually deal damage. This is just to pull and push things around. Kind of funky. Butter. Bringing in tiny railguns. And Too Much Aaron. Another cannon craft with some disruptors. All of these ships are going to be pitted against Antithesis. The Antithesis, naming his ship Felt Cute, might use later. Heaven only knows what that means. Kids these days. Anyway, not a whole lot of maneuverability on this massive ship. From what I can tell, like, there's a lot of armor, like a lot of side armor, maybe too much side armor, and not enough rear armor, if I had to guess. However, yeah, see, look, these ships are going to get around. He's not going to be able to turn fast enough to actually use his rail guns. He starts using the massive amount of tractor beams at the rear here. Not sure if he's pulling or pushing. It looks like he's pushing Aaron away. That is a disgusting amount of tractor beams. Look at that. Should we count them? I'm not going to count them. You guys can count them. I've got action to watch. Somebody count those and put it in the comments section. Here we go. Kine. He's going to go straight for the thickest piece of armor he can find. Oh, but there we go. The railguns fire and take out one of Butter's ships. That ship is going to become much less maneuverable in the near future. Here we go. Everyone's getting around to the rear where it seems to be the thinnest on armor, which is exactly where everybody wants to be. But look at all those tractor beams. He just grabs on and throws people away. He's like, nope, you're not going to hit my weak spot. I'm going to throw you off into the distance so that I do not take damage from the rear. But here we go. Ions up the front here. Dealing damage. I'd like to see these railguns fire at something. Here we go. They're firing. Oh no, the armor is stopping a lot of those railgun shots from getting through. That is not super ideal. Kine. Stuck to the side here. Oh, there we go. I take that back. Antithesis throws him off with the tractor beams. Look at all that. Look at all that tractor beam damage proposition. Yo-Yo trying to do something. Oh, heaven only knows what it is. Kine coming straight up to the front. He's actually probably helping Antithesis deal more damage by getting rid of that armor at the front there. Oh, here we go. Kine getting the money move here. Getting in behind to start dealing damage, but yeah, gets thrown away by the tractor beams again. What an amazing ship. Look at that. You know, I was worried about the maneuverability earlier, but you don't need maneuverability when you have this many tractor beams. You can just throw your enemies away like they're little toys. Look at that. He just tosses them. And it's even greater because like the whole point of what's the word? Like battle battleships is that you know, these ships are a lot smaller than the main boss ship, right? And we're gonna see if they can stand up to like a swarm of smaller, potentially better ships, right? And this one, you know, the ships being smaller, it's much easier to throw them around with a tractor beam. Which is exactly what's happening. There might be too many ships though around the rear. Look at that. Look at that. There's a lot of ships here in the rear. Getting very close to dealing some damage to the tractor beams. There's a hole in the armor. A small hole, but still a hole. Ignoring Kine up at the front. I think that's fine. This is a very thick piece of armor. He's got a lot of time before that's an issue. But there we go. The first tractor beam goes down. He's firing rail cannons. He's focusing on the ion ship. I think the ion ship is a mistake to focus on. I think you need to focus on Kine. Kine doing some masterful piloting right here. Yeah, threading. Look at that. Trying to thread cannon shots right in there and deal some damage. Too much Aaron also doing very well dealing some damage. Butter, I mean, he's also doing great. He's managing to thread shots into the back here, taking out a lot of this. Is there... I don't know. I really hope there's a way to put that fire out, but we shall see. Bam! Takes out one of Kine's ships. It's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. It's only a matter of time. Who will win? Team 1 has taken quite a bit of damage. but the armor is looking thinner and thinner on the rear here. Aaron, I don't think he realizes how much danger he's in. Because all it takes is a few tractor beams to push Aaron off, and then he can just easily be taken out by all of these railguns. Oh, Butter not able to take advantage. Oh, Aaron losing his ship. It gets absolutely evaporated. It's looking pretty dire for Team 1 here. A lot of their ships are gone at this point. Yo-Yo not even bringing a ship that can deal damage, but now he's blocking his friends from being able to deal damage to that weak spot. Who knew? Yeah, what is the point of that? Yo-Yo over here being actually throwing it for his team, which is kind of wild. I feel like I should kick him. He's like griefing his own team. Oh no, the behemoth spins around into position though. And I guarantee you it's gonna fire at Butter. Butter, realizing that he's in a state of danger, turns on the gas and tries to get the heck out of there. Butter doing a masterful job of using his shields and angling his ship in a way that it deactivates all of the shields, but it does very minimal damage those railguns. He's still in front of the ship though. He's got to move. He's got to get out of there. I think it's too late. The railguns have reloaded and Butter takes critical damage, losing his ship. The captain goes down with his ship, and Butter, does he have any more? I think he's pretty much out of this game. He does have this ship over here, which is still operational. Yeah. Okay, here we go. He starts piloting this ship. Okay. Railfan in position, and bam, too much Aaron takes a massive amount of damage, losing all thrust. I say that, I mean, he still has thrust, but these are gonna run out of energy, and then he'll be screwed. Meanwhile, another fan of the rails leaves Kine with a massive amount of damage on the side of his ship here. And it's all up to Butter and whatever's left of Kine. Kine can still do damage. Butter, the target of tractor beams. Yo-Yo trying to block shots from these rail fans. Too much Aaron has got to go. Understandable. Have a good night, Aaron. Thanks for letting me be here. I mean, I wasn't gonna stop you from being... You're welcome, I suppose. Alright. Incoming rail fans into the thickest piece of armor. Not super ideal. Kine. He is getting around to the rear here with tractor beams. Too powerful. Butter not taking too much damage from the rail fans. Yo-Yo actually managing to do something useful at the end of this game by attaching himself to the front of these railguns. Oh, he's turned off railguns. He's turned off railguns. And he's turned off the railguns that aren't... I would turn off the railguns that are shooting into Yo-Yo here and turn on the ones that aren't. Here we go. Oh, Butter trying to come through and do a fan, gets turned the other way and thrown away from the sensitive area. However, that gives Kine the possibility of getting in here and dealing some damage with these cannon shots, but not if he gets tossed away by the sheer amount of tractor beams. Here we go. Railgun shots. Thread the needle, making the ship unpilotable. Not ideal. He's going to have to turn off structures at a breakneck pace in order to regain control of his ship and retarget his tractor beams, but it didn't happen fast enough, and look at that. He's losing major structures inside the ship I thought for sure that he was going to win, but Team 1 manages to take down this boss ship.